going in for the kill, in for the thrill like a drink at the wheel. Hungry, I'm going in for a meal, in for a penny, not in for a meal.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing some 7K games. The first one is an Object 268 and the second is the Waffentraktor, the Tier 9 German TD. It is a very good tank, but first we've got this game here, and it's actually one I'm playing, and what we're going to do is we're basically going to use our teammates' hit points to farm off the enemy. So as our teammates are just holding the ridgeline and dead rail, I'm going to sit back here and just allow them to be farmed while I farm my team. So what I'm really looking for here early on is any exposed tanks, and I'm going to try and target select to work down maybe one tank with another teammate. So you can see as that E5 is pushing over the ridge, there are other tanks that get shots in as well with him. So he is just kind of bleeding out quite a bit there, and it's not looking too good for the team because we're going to go down, I think, one tank to 3 very early on in this game because they push quite hard on the ridge, and to be fair, the enemy don't do too badly. However, I'm set up in quite a good position, and it's quite a well-known position for TDs to stay at. However, there's the position on the right where far more people go, and it's a far more farmed position. So I take out that E5 there, which is good, so that gets us one tank back. However, we've already lost 3 to the push. So yeah, the rest of our team doesn't really do much in terms of damage. It's really me and the Object 263 that's down at the other side of the map, farming off our teammates as the others come around. What I'm going to do now is basically help out the remaining tanks on the ridgeline by focusing with the clip of that T57 heavy, so he can try and work down the tanks that are pushed around into the kind of middle town area of this map. And as you can see, we take out one tank, and that's good, gets us a bit more level. However, it isn't looking the best of things, and you'll see that the T57 is going to go pretty quickly. No idea where that shot goes. I was having a slightly bad ping during this game, so that could be the reason. However, all's well that ends up in this game, so it's not too big a problem in the end. However, that would have been an annoying shot had he actually pushed down a bit further. As it happens, that's not the case. Now, I get spotted here for the first time. I pushed out too far on that bush. That was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have done that. However, I'm just going to back up. I'm not going to let the enemy get any shots into me, and I'm just going to wait for them to have to push into the Object 263 because he's the only one that's spotted on our team, and then I can take and farm shots from him. So what I'll basically do is target select the lowest hit point tanks first in this one and work off them to help the Object 268. And to be fair, he has a really good game as well. He does about 3k damage. We work off the same tanks here, so we go for the WZ first. It's the new Collector Tier 10. It's a decent tank, but it's not going to be really, I don't think, used in tournaments that much. There are better options. And with the Object 268, I'm running calibrated shells, so I have really good high explosive pen, so I can get that high explosive shot off on the FV, and that really helps by just lowering him down to that one shot for me, and I get a really clutch bounce, to be honest, from that FV. You'll see I do end up blocking more damage than I could have taken, so clearly had that gone in, it would have left me much more vulnerable to them pushing up. But now it's a 1v2 and I'm on for the Klonov, and the Waffentraktor is the one I'm most worried about because looking at the gameplay from the heavy, yeah, he wasn't doing too greatly in this game. I didn't have too many concerns with him until the end, and you'll see what I mean. So I'm just waiting for him to poke out, because he's got to poke out at some point, and I can just whack that high explosive shot in, gets him down, gets him gone, and I can just focus on the rest of the remaining tank. So I'm just going to back up. Now I see that tree back there has been knocked over, so I can tell he's already coming for me, and there's just going to be a jiggling around while he tries to get in position. And as you can see, I'm just going to try and bait a shot out by basically rotating backwards, turning my tank so it looks like it's gone penable just for a split second, and then I'm going to turn it back just as he tries to shoot, because I know his aim time's pretty good, so he's going to wait maybe like 1 second before he shoots. So here I'm just going to wait, poke up around, poke out, get that bounce, and I can push forward. And admittedly, I made a slight mistake here. I probably should have pushed down a bit further, pressured him harder. As it still happens, I still get that shot off on his low glacis, so it kind of works out in the end. And now he's going to push me. I nearly fluffed this up by basically I backed too hard against the end bar of the wall, but in the end it doesn't matter. That shot I think actually went under the back of his turret, because there is a gap between the M103's rear end of the turret and the actual hull of the tank. I think that's where that shot went. However, we are just clearing, trying to stop the game, and it's good 7k, 7.4k. As you can see, I do pretty well, but really it was me and the other object that were really just farming off our teammates, and that's the reason we really won that game. This next game is with my friend Adamantum, and he is playing the WT, and this is a very good game indeed, because we'll see him really just work the enemies down from the back of the map, because the WT is a very squishy tank, so if you're trying to play this tank you really don't want to be pushing hard. And actually, to be honest, the way to get 7Ks, you don't really want to be too aggressive inside a game and lose many of your hit points. You want to simply sort of farm off your teammates. See, with the first tanks that push around for the meds, with the red team, they're going to take control of the back section of the map here. However, Adam's going to get into a position where if they try and poke, he's going to have lots of alleyways down which he can shoot. See, he gets just a high explosive in there. He knows he's not going to pen the turret no whatsoever, so he thinks I might as well just do some damage, get that high explosive out, and he's just going to wait until they poke around a bit more. Now, the reds here probably shouldn't have poked around too hard too soon. However, he does do well in just farming off them as they're poking, and then he just gets behind hard cover, nothing they can do about it. However, if he'd kind of stayed here a bit longer, or the reds pushed maybe here a bit more, they could have maybe isolated the tank that's to his left just there and cleared him, and they could have pushed on him harder. However, they make the mistake of not really worrying too much about WT, and that is really a downfall, because the WT is a superbly strong tank and performs really well at its tier. Lots of people play it. It's got the lovely 152mm, and you'll see the gun performs really well, especially in this game with an experienced driver really maximising the strengths of the tank. And so this one you'll see as well, it goes down not really in his favour. However, he will get the T-54 is actually AFK in this battle, so it kind of is a 67. However, his teammates are dying pretty quickly. His teammate is up just in the sort of B-cap area on this map, and he's going to be taking another line of fire and basically getting any cross shots into the tanks that try to push up. That's a lovely shot off. You'll see he gets some very nice snapshots because the accuracy on this gun is really good. So we're just gonna try and get the shots off, move back into hard cover, really not expose ourselves. We don't want to waste any hit points because it's got an okay amount to hit points, but you're going to be getting those high explosive shots. Everyone is going to be firing high explosive because anyone can pen you with high explosive. That's just what it is in WT. You do have your trollish gun that can absorb a lot of the high explosive, because high explosive splash works wherever it hits first. Hits the gun, the splash radius is obviously going to get the end of the gun, and you're not really going to get a splash damage. And you can actually block high explosive shots like that. It isn't uncommon. But yeah, you don't really want to be wasting your hit points on this. So you see, Adam's just going to really wait until he can just push through, and the enemies aren't looking at him, they're not focusing on him, and that's going to be their downfall, because you really do want to focus this tank, even if you're in a tier 10k, because it can be very annoying to deal with otherwise. So you take out the FB, that's really his main concern, because FB does have a big old Hesh round that does about 1300 damage, and will take a sizable chunk of his hit points away, maybe even make him into one shot for some of the other tanks if they also fired high explosive. However, he's going to take out that E50, that's very nice. And now he's just going to push around on the T62. Bander's teammate does die, but we're going to say it's not going to be much problem, because once he takes out this tank here, the T-54 is AFK, so he can just clean up the damage. He's already on 5.6k, which is really respectable anyway. He gets that lovely shot up over that ridge, and boom, they're gone. And now he can just wait. He gets told that they're AFK, I think, in chat, in just a second. Oh yeah, there we go. And he knows, because he was already spotted just down on the little ridge that comes up to B from that side of the map, that it's all good for him. There's pretty much no way he's losing this, unless T-54 decides to come awake at a sudden random moment, and he can basically just out-DPM the team. Now he's just going to try and use a high explosive round, put that into the back of his tank. Wait for that reload. Now it says lost high explosive. Admittedly, I would have actually had more high explosive rounds in the WT, because the tank does actually have quite good high explosive pen, and at tier 9 you still do get a lot of the tanks that are very squishy. I mean, you get, even now with the Bs and things coming into this game, lots of people playing new tanks. But yeah, it's a really solid game, and good job, Adam. So that was 2 7k games. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe.